Hi everyone, in this video you are going to see how to stitch this overcoat. So this overcoat is double-sided overcoat, so invisible seam. So one side I have given a silk cotton fabric which can be matched with any ethnic wear. On the other side I have given with the cotton fabric, this can be matched with western wear. Let's move on to the video. In this video we are going to see how to make the jacket with the invisible seam. So this is the waistline, this is the actual waistline, and this is the normal drafting. So here I need the length to be 1 inch extra than the waistline. So I am marking 1 inch and drawing the line here. Just connect it with this line like this. That's it. Okay, so I'll just highlight the lines what I made. So here it is very pointy, it should not be pointy. Just blend it like this. So here the draft what we made is a normal kurti draft. So this is going to be sleeveless, so I'm marking 1 inch from here. From this point I'm marking 1 inch and using French curve, blend the curve. Okay, so we will be marking this one like this, right? Same way, place the French curve like this. So place the French curve like this, and this curvier part should touch the chest line and blend it. Like this. Okay, this is the new formed line. So this is how your jacket is going to look. Like this, go like this. Okay, so now, so this is the neck part, shoulder part. The jacket will have a look like this. The front part will be like this. Okay, so if you want, you can make this place as pointy or straight also. Okay, but I am going to make like this. So I am going to make it like this. For that, so this is the bust line. I'll just highlight it. So this is the bust line. In the bust line, I am going to mark so this distance. Okay, so I am going to mark here 2 inch. So this is based on your wish. If you want the open to be more, you can increase as 3 inch also. And the curve where it should go like this. So here I am going to mark 4 inch. So 2, I am going to double and mark it 4 inch. Okay, so the curve will come like this and get connect like this. Just see. So the jacket is going to be like this. And so instead of cutting this, what you have to do is you have to trace this, because for back part it will be like this only. So back part it is going to be like this. This part is front. Only front will have a cut like this, back part will be plain. So yes, you have to cut the pattern like this. Don't cut this one, we will trace that one. Now we are going to cut this part. So our pattern is ready now. We'll see how to lay and cut this one. So here I am going to combine this two fabric because this is going to be double side. So here it is having beautiful buttas, blue with golden zari. So this is going to be the combination of blue. Okay, so first we'll cut this one, then we'll cut this one. So first, I'll write the seam allowance for this. 1/2 inch seam allowance in the side and 1/2 inch here. And again this part, 1/4 I'm giving. Okay, this is fold. For back it is fold. Back side it is fold. Okay. And neck 1/4. Okay, and for this part 1 centimeter or 1/2 inch So half inch will be better to stitch it in the sewing machine, and half inch like this. Now, so this is the fabric I'm going to use. So always you have to mark it in the wrong side. First we are going to cut the back. So make sure the fabric is not having any crease. Fold it into half like this. So this one should be on the folded side like this, and here half inch is enough. This will get waste. Half meter fabric is enough to do this jacket. Half meter, two color. You have to take it. Just place it like this. Now pin it. Here the paper cut is not proper, so it is coming like this. Okay, now that's it. You have to mark the exact marking first. So exact marking is done. Now take the tape and mark half inch. So here it is 1/4. You have to mark 1/4 here. Like this. After that half inch here. So the connection should be like this in this place. It should be like this. Okay. Now again half inch here. So this will get connected like this. Half inch. Now again half inch this side. Now you can cut and take out this pattern. Place it like this. Not required actually. Remove this one. Again take the leftover fabric, this part. Just place it like this. And place the pattern like this. Okay. And trace this line. Okay. Before that you have to pin it all over. Like this. Now trace all over. I'm using this carbon. Place it like this first. And take the tracing wheel and trace this line. So you can see the line is traced here. Okay, that's fine. That we'll do it later. Keep this one like this and trace the exact marking of this. That's it. Now you can remove the pattern actually. And you can see the trace here. Okay, this is the exact marking, and this one, the carbon I did this tracing. Now you have to mark half inch for this. So half inch all over like this. Okay, and half inch in the top also like, and half inch and half inch. Because this side is seam allowance line, and half inch in the. So now you can cut and take out this one. So this is back part. So front. Okay, so make sure that this part is same, aligned properly. If it is not aligned properly, you can just remove, because sometimes when we keep the seam allowance, it may go wrong. So here you can see like this, and here you can see it is not same. This part also mild. That's it. So this is correct, perfect. Here there is small difference. Like this you have to cut one more. That is, so this is the other layer, second layer. Just take this one, okay, and take this one first. Fold it into half. So don't calculate this selvage part. This part you should not calculate. That's all. You can just cut and take out this one. So this back part is ready. Now take this one, place this part like this. So the part should not get missed, that's why I'm keeping like this. Like this. Now so the laying cutting part is completed. Next we'll start the stitching. So the first process of stitching is, first you have to align the shoulder. Okay, so one by one we are going to stitch. First I am going to align the blue color cloth shoulder, place the shoulder right on right and join the seam allowance exactly. So we are going to use two different garment here. So we are going to attach the shoulder separately for each garments. So first I am using this cotton fabric. I'm finishing this cotton fabric first, then I'll use that silk fabric. So place the shoulder right on right and stitch 1 centimeter because that is the seam allowance we left, 1 centimeter or half inch. Now take the silk fabric and place it right on right and attach the shoulder for this also. Same like we did for the blue fabric. So since this garment is going to be completely a double side garment, all the stitches should be concealed inside. So I'm going to teach that technique for you. So if you are not going to do the double side also, when you are using the lining for the garment, you can use the same technique to conceal the stitches. Yes, from here the step starts after joining the shoulder for each color fabric separately. So if you wish, you can give double stitch or else single stitch is fine. After completing the shoulder, take both the fabrics, place it right on right, align the shoulder joint, that is very important, and pin it to secure the shoulder joint without moving. I am placing right on right and securing the shoulder seam with pins. Okay, so the front open part first we are going to stitch. So from one end to other end we are going to stitch here. Like this, it goes through the neckline and comes to the other side. Try to align neatly and stitch on the seam allowance marking. So this is the front open side. Lock it in the beginning. So we are stitching 1 centimeter here, and when we pass through the neckline, for neckline we gave only 1/4. So you have to stitch according to the seam allowance. And I am coming through the next opening side. Lock it and finish it. Okay, if you want, you can give one more stitch. So before turning we have to give the notches like this, but we are not going to turn now. So if there is any alignment mismatch after stitching, you can just trim off. But we are not going to turn now. I'm just showing you how to give the notches. All over neckline we are going to give notches before turning. So after attaching the arm for both the sides, then we will turn. Okay, so the front open is done. Next we are going to stitch the arm line. So the same position, right on right. Okay, the same position we are stitching the front open along with the back neckline, and we are stitching the arm now. So align the shoulder seam. When you pass the shoulder seam, make sure the shoulder seam is very flat and align. So make the fabric flat and stitch, lock it and finish it. So here also you have to give the notches. So I am joining the other side of the arm now. Make the shoulder seam flat and continue the stitch. When you make the shoulder seam flat, both right and left should be flat on same direction, towards back or towards front. Lock it and finish it. So give notches like this for both the arms after finishing. Okay, so here also we have to join that bottom place, also we have to join. I'll show you. First we'll join the backside bottom, like backside length is there, no, there we'll join. So when you are joining, you have to give 2-inch gap and join, because that 2-inch gap is going to help us to turn the fabric inside out and conceal all the stitches. Stitch 1 centimeter or half inch, whatever seam allowance you left. So I am giving 2-inch gap here. Okay, so I am skipping the stitch and I am starting the stitch from the other side. Lock it and finish it. So this 2 inches is going to help us to turn the fabric. So front side I am stitching the bottom waist area. So I just changed my thread, it's getting cut. Lock it and finish it. So likewise stitch on the other side bottom also. So after making flat, I am giving the stitch. Till then there is that orange color fabric extra, so that we can trim off finally. After giving the stitch, we can trim off. Before trimming off, before giving the stitch, just make sure that the fabric is very flat without any wrinkles. Okay, so in the bottom I am giving a cuts like this, because the fabric will be thick and this place is like little straight, right? The corners and all, if you are giving cuts like this, it will give you the smooth turn. Okay, so now we are going to turn inside out. See, from the back side, leave your hand, and one side of the front you are going to bring out like this. So till now we have not joined the side of the back side. So you can just bring it like this out. Okay, so the same way other side also, from the side seam, leave the hand inside and bring the other side of the front part out. So don't pull, bring it slowly. So finally, after completing, you have to press it neatly. Without pressing, the finishing will not be neat. I mean, you have to iron it very neatly. So I'm just bringing back the corners out. So yes, after bringing back, it will look like this. Now the final process is to conceal the sides. Okay, so if you want, you can do the top stitch. If you don't want any stitch to be visible outside, you can skip this top stitch. If you want, you can give it. This is not mandatory. So here when I try to turn, what happened? The stitches came out, because one fabric is silk, right? That fabric, the threads are facing outside. So to skip that, what I am going to do is I am going to give a top stitch here. Okay, I am just pulling back the threads which has came outside inside. I am concealing the stitch and I am giving the top stitch here. So this is just a correction tips I am giving. If you are using this kind of fabric, you can make use of this tip. So now comes the main part. We are going to conceal the side. So remaining everywhere the stitch is concealed neatly. So hope you remember that we have left a 2-inch gap in the waist of the bottom back side. So leave your hand inside and take the front part. Okay, see the front part I am taking outside from the 2-inch like this. So if your hand size is little big, if you want you can even give 3-inch gap. 2-inch will be more than enough. If you want you can give 3-inch gap. So I am bringing back the back side seam and the front side seam like this. So what you have to do is open the seams like this, back and front. So there will be a arm side seam there. Align the seams like this for both the sides. Both the sides there will be a seam. Pin it, and in the rotation circular way you are going to stitch this part. So when you stitch and send the fabric back to the same position, the stitch will get concealed inside. Okay, so don't remove the pins. Okay, try to stitch along with the pins. What happens when you remove the pin and stitch, sometimes if the alignment get changed, when you turn to the right side only you will come to know that there is some mismatch in the seams like that. So stitch slowly in the circular way. So you have to stitch in the same seam allowance whatever you have given. If it is ½ inch or 1 centimeter, you have to follow the same seam allowance. Lock it and finish it. And also when you stitch, the blue fabric should be on the blue fabric and the orange fabric should be on the orange fabric. It should be like that. Okay, so only then the alignment will come proper like this. Okay, the same way you have to stitch the other side also. So I'm just following the same procedure for other side also. Leave your hand inside, bring both the seams outside, align the seam and pin it, and stitch it in the circular motion. So after completing the side seams, there will be open of 2-inch in the bottom. So you have to give the stitch in the bottom and you can conceal that place, or else what you can do is hand hemming you can do. If you don't want the stitch to be visible, you can give the hand hemming there. So but I am going to give 1/4 distance stitch here. Only in the back I am giving. So yes, our coat is completed now. We'll see the final look. Hope you all like this video. So if you are interested to join our online course, reach us in WhatsApp. Thank you. Bye bye.